And we're live. Welcome to the stream, everybody. So we are going to pick up where we left off from the 24-hour stream. If you join me for that, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sorry, just one second to fix something quick. There we go. If you joined us for that, you know what I'm talking about. Also, if audio levels are kind of wonky, let me know and I can change them. I feel like I'm going to change the game volume just down, just a tick. There we go, that seems better. If you joined us during the 24-hour stream, you'll know where we're at. Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, is obviously a sequel to Pillars of Eternity 1, which is an awesome, awesome RPG that's not quite turn-based, is a paused real-time combat. Sorry, real-time, paused real-time combat. Real-time, like, you can either choose to pause combat, plan out your moves, or do it live. However you kind of want to do that. So really, it's up to you. But what you can do while you're doing that is switch party members. You play as one, yeah. But you can switch, okay, here I'm going to go to my mage. My mage is going to cast this spell. My melee guy is going to try and knock him down, all this kind of stuff. So we started a campaign on an adorable little guy named Abe. He is a godlike. He's kind of a cheeky so-and-so, if you will. If you watch Critical Role, it's still going for tonight, but if you're joining us after the fact, you'll be able to recognize the voice of Sam Riegel, who is voicing the character of Scanlan in this game. Obviously, he's currently playing Not during their current campaign, but he kind of voices his character Scanlan in this game. You can even make Scanlan in the game. And so some of the lines might be a little not quite used for our character, but he kind of carries that cheeky, roguish kind of feeling I wanted for Abe. So let's get into it. We're going to load up our Abe save. Now, some of these are me, but we're going to load up our save for Abe here. So, previously, on Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, we were killed. Well, in the first game, you basically kind of save this old rundown castle. You get in there and you kind of save the province you're in from horrible, horrible things, and you're given this castle, Cadnua. Sorry, yeah, Cadnua. You're given this castle. Underneath it, though, was a giant statue made of Adra, this kind of stone that can contain souls. And the statue wakes up with the soul of a god, and it destroys your castle because it's right under it, and it's a gigantic statue, so you nearly die. Almost all of your allies and friends there die. A few live live over from the first game. We've met a couple already. But you are off chasing this statue on a mission from the gods is yet to be decided whether or not the gods want to either catch the statue or kill it, or kind of let it do its thing. So that's where we're at right now. We just got away from the first settlement we were in, and we're going to go to the second bigger city, the first big city that we're going to check out. So this is giving me a lot of role-playing. There will be some combat in here. A lot of fun conversational stuff is going to happen in this portion, though. So you guys will get to see a good bit of the fun side of this. And like I was saying in the stream earlier today when I was voicing some things from Total War, I'm going to be trying my hand at voicing some of these guys as well, because I've been playing around with that kind of the idea of doing that recently, so why not? There we go. I'll move if I'm in the way, or if any of the stream accoutrement is in the way of important things. I'll move them around so you guys can see. But a really good game, really good series of games now. Really good stories. Cool. So yeah, some of that stuff is in the way. I'm fine down where I am, but we're gonna move some of this stuff. So give me 1 second here for you guys. We can move that. Up. There we are. Now you guys can see all the important stuff.
I'm always willing.
So this is our guy.
You need me, don't you?
This is Abe. He is a godlike monk, so he kind of gets in there with his fists. But he also wields some pistols. In our party, we have Seraphim, who is, I think we classed him as a barbarian. Yeah, we put him as a barbarian, I believe. So, Cypher. So he's a striker, kind of psychic character. Then we have Aloth, who's straight up wizard. He's carryover from the first game. We have Jyoti, priest. He's got a healer, but can get in there decently with melee, actually. She's new from this game. And we have Adair, the level 4 fighter. Does what he does, and he's good at it. But let's do what we do.
Aye. Keeping an eye out.
So as you hold shift, and it highlights any and all. Wait.
Will my eyes be open?
There is a button that highlights things. It's been a little while. I haven't actually played this since that 24-hour stream, so it's been a hot minute. But it'll come back to me. There we go, tab. So if you hit tab, you can see all the containers in white that you've tried to open already and seen what's in, and in blue, the ones that you haven't. And obviously, like any good RPG, you want to pick up everything that isn't nailed down. And in some cases, even if it is. So that's the button we could get back on our ship, but we have things to do here in, where are we? Queensbirth. No, the Queensbirth is the name of the area of the city we're in. I want a bigger map. Here we are. We are in Nekataka. So this is the entire city and all different regions in it that we can go. We can also choose to buy more supplies for our ship. Hire a new crew. Seems like we're pretty broke. Yeah, we are. We need to earn some scratch here in Nekataka. It's down here. Nothing. Let's run a little bit more so we can see what's coming up. Hey, buddy, what do you want?
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss.
The tailor eyeballs your shoulder width, doing some mental calculation.
Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
So we have all of this stuff, which we can sell to him. We can keep one torch. Minor healing, we'll keep that. And basic wand we can sell. Basic rod we can sell. Let's cover. Cape grants Steeled in Darkness. What's Steeled in Darkness? +2 stealth, +1 resolve during the nighttime. So aura grants all nearby allies, excluding the wearer, a bonus to their stealth skill and resolve. Seems alright. You can be sneakier at nighttime. Makes sense. So get rid of all these basic weapons. Essentially, if it's not blue like this, we don't want it. Uh, 311, sure, fine, whatever. Oh, sir.
Care for a fish or two, stranger?
You sound creepy.
Today's catch, ripped straight from the hands of the salty wench.
Fishmonger lets out an accomplished sigh.
You'll find no fresher. Have a look.
It is literally just that. You can have a crossbow. Thanks. Oh, neglected pupper. Hey, bud. You're safe now. Repair supplies. So that's nice. So a lot of there are many different cities and settlements and islands and different things around the Deadfire archipelago where we are. We'll see if we'll show you here quickly. I want to see, how do I get back a full world map? Well, I just can't right now, but anyway. Many cities, settlements, islands, etc. around the entire map of the game. On our ship, though, it takes time to travel. If you notice down in the middle center here, it's time of day, roughly where we're at, and that kind of thing. But as you travel on your ship around the world, it also takes time. Over time, you have to consume supplies, and if you happen to get in a naval battle with an enemy, you have to repair your ship. So we got some repair supplies. Earlier, you probably noticed we found some cannonballs, some ammunition. We have food and water supplies for the ship, because you obviously can't drink salt water.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I can.
Dora must think I work for free. Be with you in just a... Almost had it. Damn your eyes.
The sun-scarred dwarf gingerly picks at a splinter in his thumb, muttering.
Hazard of the work, really.
He gives up with a frustrated grunt, shaking his hand.
Came in on the sloop? I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it.
Zamar bares his teeth and grinds them hard enough to sound over the noise of the dock. Having trouble with a client?
Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower.
Zamar pulls at the end of his beard and winces.
While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild mare gobbles up her coin. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal.
Zamar winces and tugs harder on his beard in self-administered punishment.
If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net.
Let's see. So we're kind of the cheeky rogue trickster type person. So it gives me a discount. I could hunt him down. What kind of deal are they offering? Someone bought Redora's commission, but that solved money problems. Why haven't you settled your differences already? Let's get, if it gets me a discount, I could hunt her down.
You do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully.
Zamar untangles his hands from his beard to link his thumb and forefinger with a wink.
It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it?
Coins. Zamar spits toward the dock pilings and glances back at the work still to be done. We just sold a bunch of... Well, let's see his goods.
Come take a look.
Now, we're not going to buy anything yet, because we haven't done this quest, so we don't have a discount yet. You can actually buy different ships. So hull health 40, sail 25, hit chance 55, different there to there to there. Different sails to equip your ships. This one has 10 plus 10 combat speed and 15 sail health. So it's plus 5 combat speed and 5 sail health. So you can buy different cannons that have different ranges and damages. And some of the cannons I've seen actually have a minimum range, right? Yeah, one of these for double bronzer, 250 to 350. But it does a lot of damage if you can get it in that specific range. The Imperial Long Gun, 300 to 600, but 6 and 69 damage, right? So these are kind of your default cannon, the Deerwood and Hognose. Versus what was the one up here called the Worm Tongue. 0 to 400, so no minimum range, and 6 to 9 damage. Down here, 6 to 9 damage. Every time 4 turns, and what was Worm Tongue? Time 5 turns. It's because reload is definitely a concept. Something you want to be thinking about while doing that. Refill ship supplies. We don't need any of those, don't need any of those, and we could still find some of that. So we got lots of time in this port, believe me. We could hire on different crew. Some of them are different at different spots. This one's a seasoned cannoneer. That could actually be nice to have her. Daily wage at 3 gold, and 1 food and 1 water ration. And so we'll keep her in mind, actually. Naya. You want to see something cool? I swear that dog we picked up, his name is Levin. And Levin, well, you pick up different pets, essentially, that your main character can have. This is Levin. He gives +1 intellect to everybody in the party. Just for having him around. He's your buddy friend. Cosmo here, our magical pig friend, can give everybody +1 constitution. So, better health for everybody. Being able to carry more of that kind of stuff. And here he is. There's Cosmo. Right there. And see that this crate is blue because it still has some of those supplies in it, because we don't need any more of those. Right. Let's go north here. Actually, what did he say? He said the wild mare swallows most of her coin. So let's go down to the wild mare. Guessing that's the bar.
Hazamui is at the palace, blaming the Valiants for attacking one of their ports.
Ooh, look at all the crates and with all the things in them. Most unfortunate tale of Fabia and Burnett, a Valiant tragedy. And you can read these, like, there's so much writing and effort went into little things in this game.
Every ship hunter taken?
No sooner do you approach the Valiant woman than she squints and turns up her nose, regarding you with thinly veiled distaste.
I only deal with serious clients. Now shoo.
Excuse me?
Done. You are dismissed. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare. When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
Now, if we're role-playing the character of Scanlan, we'd just be like, sounds like fun, see you later. So let's do that, let's role-play Scanlan. Sounds like fun, see ya. Some clothing. Coral snuff. So a lot of these, they have drugs and food and all this kind of stuff that will affect you in different ways, just like stuff in Fallout, for example. Well, I was just playing Fallout. This one gives you 15% action speed, 5% deflection, 5% reflex. Those are your defenses against different kinds of attacks. So lets you attack more often, and gives you better defenses. But all drugs can have negative effects, just like in real life. Imagine that. I mean, we're taking it.
What for, Cap? I don't have a voice for shanties these.
Alright, the inside of this tavern. People walking around, doing stuff. Well, wealthy gentlemen, musicians. Skintle.
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend.
If you recognize that voice, is also Sam Riegel. We're gonna make Sam talk to himself. A jovial man at the bar grins and motions you closer. His arms are corded with thick muscle and cross-hatched with scars.
Now, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for more intimate entertainment.
You're in luck, friend. The Wild Mare employs a number of courtesans skilled in satisfying a wide range of tastes and interests.
He throws you an exaggerated wink and points towards the stairs behind him. Seraphin strokes his braided beard. So each of these things, with each of your companions, you can build either good or bad relationships with them, and it'll actually affect the game in different ways. So Seraphin strokes his braided beard beneath a quiet smirk. Joti lifts her chin in interest, and Aloth, so those two are worldly. Aloth, though, is fairly prideful, and he's just, no, really.
You'll find them upstairs. They handle their own coin, too, so no need to go through me.
Oh, show me what you got
See
for sale, at
anything
least.
you like, you let me know.
We can rest in their back room for free. In the closet, essentially. Good to know. Let's actually see if we can equip some of this. So, +3 accuracy. These bracers. The gauntlets of accuracy. Let's give gauntlets of accuracy to Seraphin, actually. The amulet of health, he has one already. I have one already. Let's give it to Joti. She's kind of one of our melee fighters. Other than that, ooh, who can we make wear a hat? We need to give Seraphin a pirate hat. Look at that boy. Look at him. There we go. What else? We got anything else interesting in here? Not in particular. Let's grab us some firecrackers. Let's give Adair. Adair has some already. Let's give Joti a couple of. She has some already. You're full of stuff. Everybody has some already. Okay. You can sell those books. What is this? Onyx. I might want to keep that. And like, there's so much story. So, this is a quest item. This missive, written what looks like dried blood on a slice of tan leather, came to you rolled and sealed with the mark of the Aurochs. The lettering, spidery and sharp, suggests the sender may have been shivering as they composed it. Most glorious watcher of Cadnua, I cordially invite you to a feast to be held in your honor. A community of like minds is congregated at Harbinger's Watch, a small outpost located in the southern Deadfire Sea, to witness the dead flow's rapid expansion. Soon shall ice consume all, and Rimmergrand's dominion over dead Eora be unchallenged. We eagerly anticipate hosting your magnificence with admiration for your many accomplishments. Vatnir, High Harbinger of Dusk. That's kind of a carryover from the first game as well. But really, I want to keep these fragments of some blades from the first game. Yeah, no, we're good. So let's sell some stuff now.
What can I do for you? You see anything you like?
So I'm gonna sell the clothing, the armor, the books. Not the rum. We're not selling the rum. We're pirates! Well, we're not really pirates. We're closer to privateers for the gods, if you will. But this seems to be... But we want to keep... Those are actually spell scrolls, so we want to keep those. So a little bit more gold in there. He has anything interesting for us? No? No. Okay. These guys are talking about something.
Solace from the tedious bureaucracy.
He's drunk.
Ado, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
A Valian shouts over the din of the wild mare to get your attention, turning a great many heads to study your exchange. He takes a very hearty swig of his tankard. I'll bet you say that to all of your clients.
No, you mistake me. I am not one of the courtesans.
Oh. Sorry.
Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Leaning close, he sips from the tankard and loudly sucks moisture from his upper lip. Abe, captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I am Abok.
So it's grand
and
enough.
I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
He clumsily unfolds a sheaf of parchment. The tankard slips in his grasp and spills ale down the front of his trousers. He gawks down at himself in horror.
1,000 times I practiced my speech. Mera, never did it go this poorly.
You were saying?
I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them.
He stamps his feet, kicking up a spray of spilled ale.
No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak?
What bounties do you have available? I'll check with this guy.
Agrasima.
You'll get there
If
someday.
you're ever lacking in drinking money, you will take the job? You will
Don't be nice to
take
this
the
guy.
job.
He grips you by the shoulders and smiles, tears springing to the corners of his
Agrasima.
eyes.
Something special for my first hunter, then. I will start you on Meriel, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's will. My contact saw her leaving Port Maje and heading west of Maje Island.
I'll return with her head. I got this. Yeah, no, it seems fine. Let's see. Commoner. If they say don't come, if it has a general. Oh, there's Captain Rodora. That's the lady with the
You
cannons.
say I cannot down the rest? Watch me, Miko.
She's drunk too. Everyone's drunk. Valian sailor raises her tankard and archers her back to invite a torrent of ale down her expectant mouth. Holding this pose, with nothing to show for it, she taps the tankard's base and furrows her brow at its apparent emptiness. Her companion shakes his head and focuses his attention elsewhere.
Madiko, it is no wonder I thirst.
As she wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, her eyes widen and meet yours.
This is not a temple I expected the gods to frequent.
So, in this case, because of our race, we are godlike. She gave us a special conversation. So we're gonna give her some copper. Your next grog's on me.
Agrasima. Even in the oasis I am parched.
And she pockets the coins and glances past you to the bar. So Agrasima is a Valian expression of gratitude, saying thanks.
If you grant wishes, there is a vacancy on my ship.
Rodora's frown cracks to reveal a shy smile.
Yet another reminder that not every seaworthy vessel be crewed up to the standards of the sorcerer.
As the captain of the Defiant, I'm already taken.
Sientere, frero.
Sorry, brother.
Next time around the wheel, perhaps.
You don't seem to be having as much fun as everyone else here.
The fun ran dry with the coin.
She manages a wan smile.
When the dancers see more than an empty purse, I will be a content Radora.
She sighs up at the stage. Zamark sent me to collect your debt.
Merla,
Gotta
and he
get
hired
serious.
muscle.
Impaling expletive or a curse. Radora takes a shaky step back.
Sientere, but you are too late to collect.
She holds out her palms and flinches at the blow that doesn't come.
A gang in the northern alley stole every coin. I cannot hire a crew, much less repay Zamar.
So because one of our characters is streetwise, so I myself am not, but someone in the party is. We have this special conversation open. Zamar is having some pirate trouble. Could this gang be connected?
If they wanted Zamar to thirst for coin, it is possible. Botsos will regret it when I turn my cannons to their mast.
Radora raises her empty mug as a vow is
Those the
struck.
cannons you be waiting for Zamar to cast you? Because I'd be seeing more holes in that plan than in any Principe mast's future or no.
Principe are kind of like the privateers. His green eyes pry at her from over crossed arms. Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wizard lights drew me like a moth to the alley north of the wild mare.
Her eyes turn downcast.
And the blow to the back of the head that followed, Merla, it hurt.
She touches a spot behind her ear and hisses.
Then a wolf sat on my chest while a group of thugs went through my pockets.
A wolf.
It growled like a thunderstorm and drooled on my uniform.
Radora pats a stain on her shoulder.
I stumbled back here and traded all I had left for the comforts of the mare.
Sounds like my quarrel is with this gang.
When you got their leader,
Tell them Radora sent you, so let's go find this gang. You know, our first day in Nekataka, and we're cleaning up the streets for them. I think they should welcome us, really. I think so. We got our directions to the bar. One lady, everybody wants to go to the mayor when they have money. Sounds cool. We're out.
You're a follower of the light?
The light? Oh, you mean, well, depends on what you mean by follow.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way. I mean, I am a child of the Dawn Stars, even if firstly I'm a Gonite.
That's good, I guess. For you.
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's all right. Surely, some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
So that's Joti and Adair kind of having a little conversation. And they'll, your companions will get along and not get along as they each are able to. So we are going to set a formation, because right now are two peoples with kind of, well, one in Aloth anyway, with lower HP is at the front of the formation, and that's not what we want to do. So we're going to change this up a bit to have us and Joti there. We're going to do a little 5-spot right there. So that's be a new formation. And
Let's do this.
So we have our staff equipped. Since he's in the back now, we're going to give him his twin pistols.
Oh?
Aloth has his staff. Joti has her scythe.
Yeah?
Adair has his sword and shield.
Sure.
Real quiet now.
Being real sneaky.
I shall be discreet.
Well met, stranger. If you feel like investing in protection, I'd be willing to trade iron for copper.
Nah, we're good.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. It's about Shodi.
This is really a good time. What?
She means well. I can see that. And she's spirited, and if I was still young and didn't know the things I know, it'd be different. But anybody got that much faith in any god, let alone Aethys? I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Not these days. I get why she's like that. And I was there once, long time back.
His eyelids flare with relived embarrassment.
But it's 'cause of that I can't see a way to respect it. I'm no good at hiding it from her either. I don't see this getting better.
There's more to her than you're giving her credit for.
Doesn't seem like she's any different than what she shows.
She worships Gon, not Aethys.
Same thing, really. I guess that sounds familiar now that
So she asked him what he calls that trick, and he says the Consueli.
Ooh, this is them. They got a wolf. Eyes to the ground. No.
You the one causing trouble in Cotter's neighborhood?
The wolf at the man's side raises her hackles and growls. He shushes and pats her behind the ears, all the while keeping his focus trained on you.
I thought Remaro's pup kept better company.
Cotta glances at Seraphin.
Ahoy, friend. So you still be doing that old referring to yourself by name thing? Would have thought it'd have cost you enough lays by now to be dropping that affectation. Cotta has not missed the sound of your voice, Seraphin. Your smoke and mirror ghosts do not impress Kaletzia, and they do not scare Cotta.
A line of drool drips down between the wolf's bared teeth.
Sorry, Valian names all sound the same to me. Which one is the pretty wolf?
You'll know soon enough.
Cotta bares his teeth, too, at Adair. I'm not here to cause trouble. Any chance you're the one shaking down Zamar?
Zamar has money problems. Cotta has solutions. The little man doesn't know how to count his coins.
So yes.
Cotta heard a newcomer was talking with Zamar.
Ah. His free hand moves toward the weapon slung on his belt.
Wrong play, Cotta. Let's be keeping this the friendliest of friendly fucking chats. Lest the captain be calling your raise.
His furred hands rest near his own weapons.
Look, Selezia. Your supper comes with blue fur.
He nudges the wolf, eliciting a deep growl.
Tell the shipwright to accept Cotta's deal before he suffers another setback.
Why are you shaking down Zamar?
Zamar can keep Principe ships afloat.
Cotta narrows his eyes.
Cotta tires of seeing his family sailing derelict wrecks.
What's in it for me if I'll broke an agreement between you and her?
Cotta will see that his casita knows your name. There's also coin to spare. And Cotta will get you the Principe discount on Zamar's goods. Deal? You're letting go of a good deal?
Just give me your money.
The coin is gone. Ale, for Cotta's friends and food for Cotta's wolf. Macasita gets the rest.
So we don't have... I have played through this portion before. It's telling your business again, I'll sew you in a pair of wolf boots. Because somebody in our group, us actually, we have 2 intimidate and somebody... Everyone else has a combination of 5 for 7. We're a pretty intimidating bunch. Any thoughts, Sarah?
Gotta ask, Cap. A Principe deal be the all-round winner?
Rowan shrugs, running a fur in hand as a raised beard.
Zamara gets himself steady work. The pirates know they're looked after. And you and me get to shove off from this mess with a Principe favour in our hold. Charting another course risks running us aground of everyone's bad side. Better that you listen to the hairy piglet.
Kata nods, glancing from Seraphim to you.
Will see that his casita knows your name. Redora's coin. But she's too soused to miss it. And Kata will get you the Principe discount on Zamara's goods. Deal?
They've convinced me. Sounds fair.
Here's an advance. Go tell Zamar the good news. Kata will handle the rest.
So on the bottom right here, where kind of I'm sitting, there is not only a combat log, but a conversation log as well. And like, you gain 200 copper, all that kind of stuff. And why we're going to see them at like bloody midnight, but...
Ahoy there. Any news worth telling?
I spoke with the Principe on your behalf.
You actually confronted those feral cats?
Cool, cats be sacred, shipboard, you know. Wouldn't have taken you for one to be painting the Principe all godly.
Seraphim smirks, arms akimbo.
Folks shoreside sometimes stick 'em in the stew pot. See if that strikes you for something weighty.
Zamar rolls his eyes, he crosses his arms and looks past Seraphim at you. I think you're better off taking their deal. Sighing through his nose, Zamar squeezes his eyes shut.
I needed coin, not a middleman to negotiate with cutthroats.
He pulls a small flintlock from his belt and holds it pointed at the ground. Shit, no, no, don't. Dora hasn't got any money. It's just rise and falls with heavy breaths as he lifts the gun halfway.
If it's between my life and my dignity, the Principe have their shipwright, and may Andra take them for it.
Logic. Sometimes it's just logic. Oh, we leveled up. Cool. Let's talk to Zamar.
You again? Oh, come take a look.
And these are cheap. These are a decent amount cheaper than before. This was 20 grand. This was 120. Yeah. It is cheaper. So 5 combat speed. It's still all way more money than we have stuff for. So let's level up. Level 4, I believe we're at 5th level monk. Cool. So we have our active skills and our passive skills. Passive skills are those things that gave us the conversation prompts for these different things, like the streetwise and the intimidate one. Those aren't the only thing these have impact on, but they are a thing. We have stealth, sleight of hand, mechanics, athletics, sleight of hand. Let's actually pick up on that. Sleight or mechanics? Let's do one more mechanics. Because oh, Seraphin's pretty good too, actually, now. So, probably good on that. Athletics. We are a monk, after all. Ooh, and we get to passive skill. Everybody else is really good at things. What's the lowest? We have intimidate. We aren't very intimidating, I guess, actually. Streetwise. Yeah, let's go streetwise. Alright. So we have new power level unlocked. Choose 2 abilities. So we have a 2-handed staff right now. Bull's Will. Increase our will defense. That's more against like magical attacks. Gain concentration, which is good. Soul Mirror. Cold power and power of the monk's psyche, reflecting half of range missiles, targeting only the monk back to their point of origin. Only attacks resulting in a miss have a chance to be reflected back, which is not bad, actually. Not a lot of stuff can hit us, because we're pretty quick. Stunning Blow. Head targeting strike designed to disrupt an enemy's ability to react, stunning them. For how long? For 6 seconds. This would basically let's get a second attack in. This ability exploits the shared bonds of universal suffering between all beings. The target is hit with a powerful blow, while enemies in the cone behind the target suffer crush damage and are staggered. That's pretty good. Blade Turning. The monk uses lightning-fast hand movements to redirect incoming melee attacks for a short time. Meh. Swift Strikes. The monk's hands become a frenzied blur of attacks, increasing actions speed for a brief period of time. Clarity of Agony. Through pain, the monk is able to cleanse their body, reducing the duration of incoming existing hostile effects by half. An efficient anguish. Powerful attack that knocks target back a significant distance and prones them. Reduces the wound cost to activate. Let's do that and that, actually. Just a couple of damage dealing abilities. And status abilities as well. Knockdown and stunned. It's Aloth, our wizard boy. So Arcana and Metaphysics. Our spells now for him. Concentration, Bull's Will, Snake's Reflexes. She gets 2 here as well. Fireball's good. I like this bounding missile. This is really good. In Pillars of 1, I used this quite a bit. Summons 3 missiles that each pierce through the target, then leap to additional targets. It's a really good crowd control spell. But... right? So the first target and jump targets. Actually, for him, since we have a grimoire, so let's check that out first. For Aloth, his grimoire. So we can learn things out of here by paying gold. That's how the first one worked, anyway? Or is it just any grimoire that we're holding? So he has a scepter. We're going to learn some non-grimoire stuff for now with Aloth. So, just Arcana, Metaphysics, like we said. Noxious Spirit spews poisonous cloud of foulness that causes corrode damage and leaves victim sickened. Ray of Fire. Fetid Caress. Target becomes paralyzed and is inflicted with boiling pustules. So all nearby. See, the early abilities like affect everyone nearby, including yourself. That's the rough part. Ringrim's repulsive visage. She becomes nightmarish. Displaced image, arcane dampener, fireball. Like just because it's fireball. Bulwark against the elements. Weapon and shield style, 2 weapon style, 2 hand style. It's tough because we have to look up these grimoire things. Creates a ball of energy in caster's hand that can be thrown at enemy, causing burn or corrode damage to anyone caught in the area of effect. Blights are continuing the cycle, then replenished until the spell ends. Let's do that. That seems interesting, especially because it's a variable effect. Seems interesting.
Yes?
So you can see here he kind of gets along with Jyoti, and is kind of neutral towards those two. But you can see everybody's relationship with everyone else. So Dare actually really, despite him saying the opposite, gets along with Jyoti quite well. I want to see his spell book thing. Journal, nah. Okay, so I can't drag out of there. Might have to look this up. Character inventory map settings. There's just an information thing. I'm pretty sure, like a history.
Aye.
A history, whatever. Encyclopedia. There we go. Combat. This should have a search if it has this many things. Mechanic spells. Is that a... No. I'm not seeing like a what I want to see, basically. Tutorials, there we go. Spells. Characters quick, level up. Inventory. Inventory? No. Combat. Trinkets. New ability. Getting close. Closer than we were before, anyway. Attack results. Game systems. Rest, reputation, rest bonuses, suspicions, command reputation. This might be a case where Google's our friend. Pillar's Journey to Grimoire. So I changed a little bit from the first game, so... Grimoires in Pillar's Journey to Deadfire are equipable items that the player can find to give his wizard more spells. Each grimoire contains no more than 2 spells of each level, and the player automatically adds them to his or her repertoire while equipped. Upon equipping the grimoire, remove these. Players can only use spells found in grimoires up to the level of spells they currently know. If a player chose a wizard's subclass, they will not be able to use spells from restricted spell schools. Okay. So does that mean I can learn those, or I have to spend my point to learn those? Okay, no. So I would actually like go in there like this, be like bloop, and cast it. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Because previously, you could, if you found a grimoire, you could pick it up, click a spell, and permanently learn it, for a set amount of gold. But it looks like they changed that. So now we know. Alchemy. Yeah, you're gonna be our alchemy person. You're a priest, you're a healer, you should know how to do that. And of course, religion. Your spells. You have a one-handed weapon and a shield. Combat focus. You have 2 abilities for you this time. Divine Mark, marks burn damage, lowering deflection. It's not bad. Nagging doubt in the face. Lowering their melee accuracy and dodging critical hits to hits. Entering Oz battle, granting them aware inspiration. So what does this actually aware even do? And plus 5 health restored per 3 seconds, and it lasts for 20 seconds, potentially up to 35 health restored. See, that might not be a bad one, actually. Some mid-combat restoration. Yeah, so let's do these 2 extra. That and that. So we're going to mark something for bonus damage. And then we're going to heal our own dudes. Last, Adair. Adair, he's the dude he is. Right. So we had a sword and shield. I think we got that already. Fighter gains bonus defense against intellect, perception, and constitution afflictions. Might not be a bad idea. Knocks them into the air and then prone, leaving them disoriented. Let's do that. And termination. So you got that mule kick ability now. We used to be able to just kind of knock people down. Now we can kick them up in the air.
Of course.
We know Kung Fu.
I'm always willing. I was born ready.
Thanks, Ganlin. Alright, so what now? This is our journal. This is our journal, but this is the quests we have to carry. So Nekataka, we have Veins of Eora. I'm free to look for the Kahanga Palace in the Serpent's Crown district at the top of the mountain. Cool. So at the top of the mountain. Where do we get to the top of the mountain? Well, there's some stairs there. Or there. Let's do that. To make potion of deafness. So actually action speed for 20 seconds. I'm fine, thanks. But thanks.
Where is my postinago of a brother? You there? Have you seen Laro Badato? Madico, where is that spoiled brat?
What seems to be the problem?
Laro is past due for a company meeting. Mother wants me to drag the elusive louse back by his ear.
She tucks the book under her arm.
Must be nice to be a layabout. Uncle Engbert would have tanned my hide.
Adair nods in agreement. So because they both are pro-Aethasians, is how I'm going to say that, they get along.
Huck, I am angry and jealous in equal measure. You'd think this district was a maze, the way he manages to hide.
She glances over her shoulder and sighs and looks back at you with sudden
The
recognition.
spirit magnet. Sientere, that I did not recognize you. If you desire to get in the graces of the Valiant Trading Company, we can help each other.
What sort of clout do you have with the
Mother's
company?
bank commands the wealth of the Deadfire campaign.
She's their kid. Nira absently pats the cover
Could I
of her ledger.
persuade you to watch out for Laro? I'd pay generously for your trouble.
It's because we have high perception. We're going to study her hands. Nara has been digging her nails into her ledger, leaving crescent moon-shaped impressions in the binding. She notices your interest and holds the book protectively close.
I'm concerned because Laro tends to feud with Orso, one of the local Valera rats.
You aren't exactly tearing the place apart looking for him.
See, I only manage the family business.
She takes up her ledger with both hands, holding it like a shield.
Better to ask why Laro isn't sprinting back to look after his birthright.
If I happen across him, I'll
Would you?
let you know.
I'll be waiting at the estate in case he happens to return. Laro and his miscreant friends carouse at the tavern, the falls above the Adra Mill, and the southwestern bridge. If you see him, tell Laro to get his good-for-nothing ass back home.
Well, we do have this thing with chasing a rogue god to the ends of Aora, but I guess if it's on the way.
Thanks, Adair. So if you didn't notice, Adair is the voice of Matthew Mercer. Oh, here's the falls she was talking
about the commotion at the palace?
I mean, you don't put falls
Something about luminous
in a game
ardor.
without there being something
giant
behind
blade of
them.
luminous ardor.
That's the
All I
joke.
know
Oh,
is
someone's coming.
throats up there.
Teacher's here, guys. Scatter. Against a backdrop of jeering youths, a young woman raises her arms with an air of practiced drama. Before her, two men stand across from each other, mirroring scowls.
You both attest that you have made all possible efforts to come to a peaceful...
The woman trails off as you approach, and you find yourself the sudden target of the crowd's attention.
Who is this Nasenale? How many cousins do you have or so?
Laro chuckles.
Postenago. Does that look like any cousin of mine?
How should I know? Your kin lie with eels.
Ooh. Orso glares at Laro and bites back whatever insult he had at the ready.
We have business. What do you want?
I'm here to get Laro. There's looking for him. A few chuckles arise from the bystanders, and Laro's face flushes with embarrassment.
The family keeps you on a tight leash, Laro. Will getting impaled on a Valera blade prove something to them?
What's your words, Oaf? You want the Juana to know we're dueling?
My bad so to the tribals.
Oh, jeez, dude.
We should be free to settle matters on valiant terms.
Orso glances in your direction with annoyance.
Small wonder the old empire collapsed in civil strife if this is the Valian way.
He sneers.
And how do your colonies fare, Adira?
Jeez, they're both just not very nice people. I suppose you have a good reason for this duel.
This street thug called my family a warren of corrupt inbreds. But is there a dung heap in all the world that does not have a little Valera cousin scratching through it?
Laro opens his arms wide and smiles to the milling crowd.
That wolf he calls mother would have us live out our days polishing Bardato silver.
You guys, quick! The Juana are gathering reinforcements to storm this position. They should be here any second. We're gonna bluff them.
Miller, scatter!
And they fell for it. Laro whistles to his attendants, and they break apart in disorganized exodus from the scene.
What? Where are you going, you stuffed shirt? Hey, wait!
Orso and his comrades scramble to follow suit.
This isn't over, you coward! You can't hide behind your corrupt mother forever.
Orso leaves the arena in a hurry. Well, that solved that. Oh, and Seraphim got enough experience to level up. Look at him. He's so piratey. Ah. What's he good at? He is very stealthy. We will make him a stealthy, stealthy boy. We already have some streetwise peoples. Insight? Yeah, let's do insight. He's a cipher. He has really good insight into people's minds, metaphysically or not. Pain link. Mental links an ally to those around them, forcing attackers to experience a portion of the damage the ally suffers. Does this say portion? 25%? That's not bad. Force enemies' soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them and burning them over time. Cause enemies in the area affected to believe their worst fears have been realized, frightening and sickening them for a duration. That's not bad. Ectopsychic Echo. That's hard to say. Generates a rebounding wave of psychic feedback between the cipher and ally that causes crush damage to enemies caught in between. Fractured Volition. Violates an enemy's memories to bring vivid recollections of past failures, leaving them hobbled and weakened. And Puppet Master. Destroys the target's psychic defense, leaving them dominated by the cipher for the duration. Ooh, how long does that last? Cast time, it doesn't say. Oh, 15 seconds. Oh, let's do that. Alex, that sounds fun. Cyber's weapons to generate field of biting whip or draining whip. Damage inflicted, damage inflicted. Focus more quickly. That, I think Pain Link actually sounded good. Especially for like a crowd control situation. Or actually, one-headed style. Yeah, two-handed weapon. Okay, do we already have two-weapon style? Okay, yeah, let's do Pain Link. Puppet Master and Pain Link. Sounds fun. Anything up here we can
I shall be discreet.
Take? No? Okay. But I mean, we found your brother. You literally couldn't have walked up like a block and a half. Not even a block, it was like 3 flights of stairs. You wouldn't be able to hear him by then, I'm sure. Come on now. So she was Valian, so we want the Valerian estate. One in the side door. We're family. Okay.
You might find
prettier than when you left or so.
Merla, cut it out. You gonna make a habit of turning up?
Yes. Ooh, I found some scrolls.
No need to thank me.
Some things. It says stealing, so we don't want to do that now, do we? Do we? Except Seraphim here.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I can. Aye, aye.
Y'all stay there. Seraphim here is a stealthy, stealthy boy. So he's gonna sneak right around there.
Supposing we could blow a swabbed and sparkling, Captain.
And steal that. And then, hey. And just, where'd you come from?
Aye.
Oh, this one's gonna be a little too hard to steal from, I feel like. Find Master Artello upstairs.
We're full up, I'm afraid. If you're looking for lodging, you'll find a tell of...
He's upstairs. In his study. Makes sense. Alright, we are upstairs. What's in the pot? Mushrooms. And booze. And very good for the night. What's in here?
Am I supposed to play nanny?
They listen to you, Martino. Ah, a new face in the Valera halls.
Valera? I'm pretty sure I caught a member of your family dueling with a Bardato.
You will forgive me if I'm distracted. Trouble and scandal plague my household. You kept Laro and Orso from the beyond. We could use such a mediator. Martino has need of muscle and brains outside of the Valera house.
I have some questions first.
I will entertain your curiosity.
You're having some kind of trouble with the family next door?
The Bardato Bank shuts us out of investments and stifles our finances. This is the richest prospect on Iora, but we cannot grow our family business.
Can't make coin at the expense of others? Now that's a crying shame.
Eyes narrow, the priestess crosses her arms over her chest.
If you know a better way of squeezing profit out of these islands, I'm open to hearing it. Ezali is a rich thug, and someday she will get what's coming to her.
I want to talk to you about the Bardatos.
If we must. What is it?
I think your family should consider a truce.
Shoddery. Our disagreements are beyond the point of shaking hands. This is not your feud. If anything, I question your interest.
You're a businessman. You would know if my investment was false.
You have little to gain by peace between our families, but you speak as if you might.
He purses his lips.
You want to help? Convince Ezali to negotiate. She ignores my invitations. Until then, leave me be.
Otello turns away from you, intent on focusing anywhere else.
Good night, Watcher. We can speak in the morning.
No one in here. You know what that means.
Nightcap.
Stealing everything.
I wonder what this is.
My fingers be fat and furry, but they're ever so nimble. My fingers be fat and easy breezy wet.
Peridot, potion of the attuned self. And some gold.
Sleazy.
Alright. Hey.
Time to get my sneak.
It's gonna be okay. Oil of allure.
Sure, why not? My body is all yours.
You can pickpocket this item without detection. You can pickpocket this item with... Cool.
I'm all sure thing.
What for, Cap?
Let's actually just make sure. What's our sleight of hand here? It's 4 with him. Yeah, sleight of hand here is 4 for active skills. No, he doesn't even have it.
How may I help?
Captain? Aye, aye.
Martino Valera. Yep. Mine. Ooh, some obsidian flake.
What for? Done and done.
Alright, so let's head back downstairs and out. We're gonna go to that other house and see if we can't negotiate these two families together. Feels kind of like the Romeo and Juliet thing, except there's no kids that like each other. And they haven't tried to kill themselves after knowing each other for 3-4 days. But that's none of my business. No, honestly, I'm a part-time English teacher, and when you really sit back and look at Romeo and Juliet, it's just ridiculous. Like,
I don't know how you and the Watchers sleep, carrying all those souls around.
Some nights it's the lantern that lulls me to sleep. It pulses like a heart in my hand.
If you find that comforting, then I'm glad for you.
what's the other house? Oh, it's the other houses up the stairs. They're even neighbors. Like, their houses are almost connected. Alright, so we gotta try and convince these guys to negotiate with the other family. Oh, there's Laro. Is he gonna be a little upset with us breaking up this fight?
For trouble or taking in the sights?
Well, he's drinking a little bit too. I mean, you're welcome, first off.
Laro has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto.
She loosens her grip on her ledger.
Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata.
I did get the feeling that there's still some unfinished business.
Ak, nothing has been solved, only delayed. Here, for your discretion.
She passes you a pouch of coins and adds a short mark to her ledger before snapping it shut. Made some cash money.
You have not met Mother, have you?
No, I have not. Her thumbs her chin, leaving a spot of ink
I'm
behind.
certain she'll have work for someone invested in the family.
Let's see how stealthy.
More than my eyes be open. Bye.
What's under that? A pistol of some sort? Just gonna wait until that circle goes down. I noticed this on last time I was playing this a couple weeks back. Okay. A fine pistol, you say? Yes, please. We will replace one of his regular pistols with this fine pistol. There we are.
What for, Cap? Aye, aye.
Let's just keep this our little secret.
If it doesn't give us that little steely mask, then we don't have to worry because it's not stealing. Don't use that policy in real life, though, okay?
I don't be supposing we could
just
saying.
saying.
Swapped and sparkling.
Ooh, scroll of firebrand. Summon firebrand like a floating magic sword on fire. Seems good.
Ah, yes, the newcomer. I thought you might visit.
You thought right.
Lady Izali Bardato. Custom dictates, I say, at your service. But I have not the time for such lies.
See, I don't believe you because you had the time to say it anyway and then explain how you didn't have the time. She regards you with a cool expression but stands with a fighter's poise.
You saw my son dueling with the Valera boy. At least he survives to learn from his mistakes. When Valera and Bardato cross each other, only blood and sorrow remain.
Izali sighs, her gaze turning away. Did you see your families ever knowing peace?
Perhaps in time, if Great Wodica judges us worthy of supporting the company. Word has spread fast about the little spectacle at the docks. You've certainly caught everyone's attention. Perhaps the Watcher of Katnua and House Batato can help one another.
I had other questions.
Then ask. But do not waste my day with trivialities.
I noticed something unusual. Attention is drawn to Azali's desk. Among the assorted ledgers and documents sits a brass seal, still dripping with heated wax. The drippings have dried into an almond-shaped pattern which resembles the shape of an eye fringed with bird feathers. A nictitating membrane, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, a nictitating membrane, flicks across its surface in a barely perceptible wink.
Are you still with me?
Azali breaks her focus by waving her hand in front of your face. She glances between you and the desk, frowning. I'm gonna say, sorry, I lost focus for a moment.
I will endeavor to hold your interest next time.
About this feud with the Valeros.
Fratello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions.
Azali motions for you to continue. I spoke to Artello, Valera. He's ready to negotiate if you're willing to meet at his estate.
His brood threatens open bloodshed in the streets, and he thinks...
She stops herself, taking a breath.
Delusional little snake. Fine. But you can assure him that I won't be alone. Go on then. Let him know. Before I change my mind.
Yes'm.
What for, Cap?
You go, like, right there.
More than my eyes be open.
Yeah, not quite. Not even a little bit.
What for, Cap?
Alright, worth a shot. Okay. Let's go back out. We're gonna go down to the other guy's house. Have us a little meeting at, like... I guess it's not that late. Or slash early. No, it's probably about 5 in the morning. A little before sun comes up here. Not here right now, I mean in game. Yeah. Alright. Let's go literally down one flight of stairs. And to the right. And up. Okay. Somebody's gonna do something, I'm willing to bet, at this little meeting they want to have. Alright, they were upstairs. Maybe. Even just all the little things, like the pattern in the stone on the floor, the candlelights, the sigils and the crests on the walls, on the shields and swords, like, just the detail put into this game. And there's so many areas like this. And this is 2 houses out of 1 district in 1 city. And even the city, I think, has 6 or 7 districts. Like, where'd they go? That's good. That's nice. Are they in bed? We're gonna go wake them up. Hey, lady. Oh, this was the guy that I want to say.
Good night, Watcher. We can speak in the morning.
Fine. It is morning. What are you talking about? Pre-dawn, morning. Okay, wait. Just gonna stand there waiting at his bed. Okay.
Ado, what brings you to the Hall of the Valeres?
Zali has agreed to meet and discuss terms of peace.
You really managed to convince that stubborn Pugra to show up.
That seems like a bad word.
I'll make sure the estate is prepared to receive her, then.
See, that sounds like something's gonna go down.
I will send a messenger to fetch Azali. Whether she is still receptive to the idea of a truce is ultimately up to her.
Even the vast majority of the voice acting in this game is really, really good. Like, never mind the Critical Role cast, but even just the other ones, like, are awesome. Okay, here's the meeting. Thanks for that, Jody. Alright, Bardato and Valero representatives stand arrayed around the dining table, wearing expressions of anxiety and resentment. The temperature of the room suggests no more amity than when the discussion began. If we could open by defining each of your grievances and demands... Before you can finish your sentence, Otello cuts you off with a hard wave of his hand.
You run your bank like a crime syndicate. Some of us struggle to tell the difference.
Otello points an accusing finger across the table.
We can take it up with the director anytime you feel like explaining why your children are intimidating my merchants.
As Ali opens her palms, in every way composed, she glances over at you and her mouth turns downward.
I see our would-be mediator has arrived. Well, we're here. I hope this wasn't some elaborate, ill-advised jest.
I would not willingly welcome a Bardato beneath my roof for the sake of a jest.
Please, let's not try to sabotage this from the outset.
As long as the Valera remembers his place, we shouldn't have any problems.
You're not helping.
My place is in the dueling ring. Care to let the gods decide, Lady Bardato?
Martino licks his lips and fingers the pommel of his rapier.
Quiet, Martino. Watcher, now would be the time to lay out your reasoning.
Duty should come first, and vendetta a distant second.
Admirable. But we could serve the Republics better without Otello snapping at our heels.
Otello, you and your children lash out at the Bardatos. What's your goal? I feel like Jerry Springer.
My goal? To wring out a little respect from this feud before we go under. The company will bleed us dry. We give our lives, our loved ones' lives, and they don't lift a finger to help us. The Bardatos turn their backs. Why shouldn't I teach my children to walk with their heads high?
Zully frowns, looking at him skeptically. Oh, we cracked the shell. That's the point, you're distracting yourselves from what's important. Zali, why shut them out of trade?
One does not arm the competition. Besides, lesser people have made more of themselves without the aid of banks.
Zali stops herself, seeming for the moment to doubt her own convictions. It's not like you've given them a reason to prove their untrustworthiness. For a few months, Zali only stares, frowning at the surface of the table. Otello glances at you, his brow furrowing.
I want the Principe out of the trade lanes.
What?
Half of this month's shipments are missing. I'll give you coin and crew for 5 ships to earn back my investment.
She opens her palms and awaits his response. Did we do it?
6 ships. With 6, I will drive the Principe from these waters like rats from a fire.
Otello straightens his spine and nods with confidence.
Even money says the Principe already be shaking in their timbers at the raw thought of your 6 fish-stinking ships.
He snorts.
You think yourself the first to underestimate us, little one?
Otello chuckles to himself.
6 ships. I believe we just made a deal, Valera.
Then it's settled?
Otello sounds bewildered by his own words.
So it seems. For the time being. Time will tell if this arrangement is a favorable one. My hosts, you'll excuse me if I return home.
She inclines her head, favoring you with a bemused look on her way out. Got there. 6,000 experience. Didn't think I could do it, did you? Did you? Did you?
Never saw myself breaking bread with a Bardato.
Captain, a light's foot and an done and done.
Hey. Oh, we gotta get there. Not quite. Nope. You stay there.
I'm always
You get me to talk to this guy? Thank you. It's good to see you too. You wanna hang out or something sometime?
Let's do this.
No. Let's see if we can talk to some of these guys and get maybe like deals out of them or something.
Light's foot and an heavy bullet, our Cap.
With her in your capital, the fleet can be fully restored by month's end.
Hello strokes his chin and nods.
Here. You may count yourself as one of the family. That grants you the right to display it.
Passes you a fine sword with the Valera crest etched on the hilt. What does your family do for the lady? Valiant Trading Company.
Valera ships escort goods and merchants from island to island across Deadfire. The Principe dogs show us their stern whenever they spot Valera colors on the horizon.
Leave it to a swabby from the Republics to think a pirate showing them their rear be a compliment.
See how good this sword is. Ooh. Is gold. Alright, so 19 to 28. 8 penetration, better accuracy, same attack time. It's exceptional, so plus 30 damage, 8 accuracy, 2 penetration. Grants devious, and has better action speed. What is devious? Same target as an ally. Alright. No, that's just going right on. But so 1927 main currently. Still, oh, wait. Boop. 1928. I don't think anybody else is proficient with a sword, so we'll leave it at that. And then we're gonna go check in with the lady, see if she has an extra little reward for us. I mean, not that she needs to, we're grateful just to be some kind of help. But it'd be nice to have some stuff. I mean, right? Oof.
Aloth, there any way you can bring Islamir back? The whole point of suppressing her was to keep her out of my head. I miss her impressions. Oh, if she could do this one of you, which she did over and over. Was real good, though. She could do all your twitching, your squeaky voice when you got nervous.
So Islamir, how life in the afterlife works in this universe, your soul can be reincarnated once you die. It goes back into what they call the wheel and back into the cycle to go back into another body. Some people, I believe the term was awakened, and then their body, their shell, can essentially have any of your previous soul's like their personalities, come out in this body. So, as an example, me, if I was, someone else in another life, all of a sudden I would look the exact same, but my personality would completely switch to this other person. And with Aloth, one of his other ones was Isilmir, this kind of, I don't know, Scottish and or Welsh lady who was just funny and really didn't like him that much, so used to make fun of him all the time whenever she managed to take over.
Our family could do worse than make peace with such accomplished foes.
What do you need?
You've brought us peace in a difficult time. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just saying, you got something for me, maybe? A little thank you item-wise or money-wise?
I never thought to see a Valera on my payroll.
Natalia sighs over her paperwork.
I have not forgotten my debt to you. The Bardato vault is crowded with enough heirlooms that we won't miss this one.
She passes you a handsomely crafted mace, grinning as she hefts it with ease. You've gained an item, Bardato's Luxury. The item was put into your stash. Her family seems very well established here.
Ugh. My bank shoulders the costs of the Valiant Trading Company's operations in the Deadfire. It is said that no Valian may wipe themselves unless a Bardato signature approves it first.
If that's true, we gotta stop shaking hands with them.
Oh, dare.
I'm certain you've touched worse, farmhand.
Sally's mouth twitches, just shy of a smirk. So she's just poking fun. But the problem with this being is I don't think we have anyone who is proficient with maces. Saber sword, battle axe hatchet, rod rapier, battle axe blunderbuss, pistol dagger. Now all that means when you're not proficient with something is that you don't get the bonus weapon ability. So it's a one-handed? Yeah, well, maces are one-handed. Ooh, that's a pretty big jump there. That's worth it, in my opinion. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So now, oh yeah, right, we were going upstairs. Before all that happened, we were going up the stairs. We're going to basically, essentially see the Queen and see if she can help us out. So I think we're just continuing up these stairs. Yeah, the road north. To Periki's Overlook. It'll take you 1 hour 19 minutes to complete your journey from Queen's Birth to Periki Overlook. This is a lot of residential. You can just take the bypass through that. That's essentially what we did. Now the nice thing is, while we are in dock, no one, our ship doesn't require any supplies while we're in dock because it's not sailing, and our crew is all out having a time, spending their monies. So we don't need to worry about them as much as they're looking after themselves to varying degrees of goodness currently. Periki's Overlook. This is a big place too. Yeah, these. Need future told. Our cupboard has fortune box. I'm good. Just gonna a sales imp.
You look thirsty. A drink, sir?
I thank you.
Quench your thirst on the way up the mountain?
Sure. You seem nice. Have this book. And shirt, and book, and shirt, and shirt, and pistol, and shirt, and shirt. And trap. And book. No, you can't have the pupper. What are you thinking? I mean, you can't just have them. I will take money from you. Bye.
You had no right to interfere in Rauatai's business.
Huana culture isn't business, you company drudge.
Sounds interesting.
I don't give two pyres for your tribal pride, and I wager that Arkemir cares even less.
The Amua... Sure, let's say that, guy. Sorry, gotta sneeze. The Amua woman clutches her fists at her sides. Her severe features are caught in an unshakable grimace.
If this is what passes for Rauatai in diplomacy, Razanui has bigger problems.
The more calm and composed Juana smiles, turning when she notices
If you've come to see Arkemir, you're too late. He left the estate on wizard business.
What'd you want with him?
The wizard got his hands on a Huana tablet, the Harapo epic. I came to reclaim it for Rauatai.
So after Rauatai, the powerful naval kingdom of Rauatai is dominated by coastal Amua and ruled by Ranganui. Currently the most prosperous of the empire is Rauatai, as so Juana is tribal civilization primarily centralized. So why?
In the middle of my negotiations, this little pest showed up with a claim on it.
She gestures to Ntehi.
The Harapo epic belongs to the Huana. The Queen sent me to remind you both.
It's true, an intact primary source is a rare find for the Huana.
Akira, few outsiders can appreciate what such an artifact could mean to our people.
Posturing about cultural value is worthless. We both want the tablet for the same reason.
There's another reason you both want it so badly? The pair go silent and awkwardly avoid eye contact, focusing in different directions.
There are things better left unsaid.
I think you should tell me anyway.
While I'm standing here, you mean?
Akira, I don't deny it.
So what's your plan?
I might as well adjourn to the palace in Serpent's Crown and give Arkemir time to think.
What a load of... You mean to get your hands on that tablet with or without Arkemir? You island rats can barely write your own names, much less a distinguished epic.
That's pretty racist, feels like. Ntehi blinks at her in shock and takes a moment to smooth down the creases in her uniform.
Scamper back to the Brass Citadel and spin your own plots. I will happily do the same on my side of the island.
I have questions for Ntehi before you go.
For me? I could use a reprieve.
Good. Ntehi watches Tamara skulk away, turning back to you only when she's gone, and lets out a heavy sigh.
These are frustrating times we live in. What say?
Ntehi opens her palms, inviting you to speak. So I'll ask about it first.
Akira, I say the relevance of the Harapo epic can't be overstated.
It's good, but you're kind of dodging it a little.
It could prove a touchstone for the Huana. It could even... Sorry. You go ahead.
What could the epic tell you about the Huana?
The story could speak to the values and beliefs of our ancestors.
I feel like there's more.
The language structure, narrative voice, and use of metaphor can tell us something about the time of its inscription.
She touches her bottom lip and glances off to the distance.
We could even... I've lost you, haven't I? Akira, I tend to go on.
I'd like history.
It is important to all who call the Deadfire home. I only tell you this because I know you can be trusted.
You just met me, but okay.
The epic is supposed to contain information on Ukaizo.
What to Kaizo? Kaizo is a mythical island rumored to be somewhere in the Deadfire archipelago. Some legends regard Ukaizo as the wellspring of Huana culture. Others tell of riches beyond measure. All agree that Ukaizo vanished after cataclysmic storms and volcanic eruptions blotted out the horizon, but it remains to be seen if these tales possess an echo of merit or simply romanticize an ancient fantasy.
Nothing as dramatic as a set of coordinates, but anything helps. Stories are also important to the Huana. Much of who we are is still missing.
Did you know about the epic before it fell into Arkemir's hands?
Akira, from the Journal of Rakua, an explorer who found the tablet on a remote island some 20 years ago. Unfortunately for Akua, the most we found of her was her journal among the flotsam of a shipwreck.
Ouch. So why is the Deadfire Company so interested in the tablet?
They think the tablet can show them...
Just out with it.
Well, the way to Ukaizo.
She sighs and regards you with an unease.
Akira, it's a mythical island, but that isn't stopping any of us from rushing to claim it first.
Thank you, ma'am. That's all I wanted to know. Tip of the headphones to you.
Akira, the pleasure is mine.
Any idea on how to get it? Just wondering.
There's always Facina, Archimir's apprentice. No love lost there if whispers are true.
Natehi shrugs.
Archimir seems to enrage those of his inner circle, not excluding the imps.
No, so the imps are Archimir, sense. Alright, so... you have Archimir's Manor, which a manor it is. Anybody's refreshments, a dark cupboard. So that's his little store here. Let's keep going north for now. We'll come back to that later.
Did the queen summon everyone to the palace?
Just those important of us.
I've never seen Aruhi run so fast.
Me.
Do you think
All like me.
Audra Colossus would come here next?
Pray to Cahopa, it does not.
Serpent's Crown took 24 minutes. Reflex is one of the 4 defenses. It opposes most area targeting attacks that can cause damage or grab at characters such as Fireball or Tanglefoot. There's 4 defenses each. Defend against a different thing. Alright, Serpent's Crown. Nobody important is walking by. If they all have generic names or names that are just about their work, then I think they're okay to let walk by.
Hold a moment. You may visit the palace and its shrine, but be warned.
About?
The queen meets with trading company vipers. Take care you are not bitten.
I have information for her.
You will find her in her throne room through the door behind me. Inform the guards of your purpose. Whether the queen will hear you above the baying of her guests is another matter.
And the guard gestures towards the door, dismissing you. Through the new green screen effect, it's harder for you guys. I'm sure you can still tell that I'm swiveling, but it just makes it a little less apparent. In case it bugged anybody. Ooh, that's fancy. My lobby had a fountain like that. Floating fish. That's also fancy.
While I am flattered by the esteemed Hazanui's confidence, I must wonder how my people are meant to have destroyed an entire colony overnight.
The Valiant dignitary aims a withering look across the aisle. So you have 2 battling kind of these guys and these guys. A couple of battling groups. A middle-aged woman with a square jaw and tar-stained teeth meets it.
You tell us. It's no coincidence that your outpost at Port Mage survived the recent storm.
She pulls a slender pipe from her pocket, but at a look from the Queen's attendants, she puts it away.
You speak as if I could command the tides. While you are casting your blame in a wide net, why not look to our Kahanga allies? We do not share their talent for shaping water.
A sizable Amua standing by the throne takes a bold step forward and flares his nostrils at the assembled dignitaries. A hush falls over the room.
I say our guest forgets himself.
He clears his throat and sweeps his gaze from Nero to the rest of the room.
Brother, stand down.
Up to this point, the Queen had studied the proceedings with an even expression. She half rises from her throne as she fixates on Prince Aruahi.
You are the one who
Butchering
mistakes
these
my
names.
throne room for a sparring arena. I say this is beneath us.
As Aruahi lowers his head, the queen slowly centers her gaze on you and leaves it there.
An interesting visitor in difficult times. You cannot be here to deliver a favorable omen.
Though her mouth doesn't move, Anakaza's voice comes to you like an insistent memory nestled among your surface thoughts. So we're gonna say, yeah, no, we don't.
The gods remember the honest, and so do I.
Anakaza nods.
Allow me to apologize as I toss you before the wolves.
When she turns to the dignitaries, you still feel her attention on you.
This one is a watcher blessed by Tangaloa. I suspect that many of our questions about Hasongo will soon be answered.
Tangaloa is their name for Barath, I believe. You want to go yeah. The queen's voice fills the expansive throne room, leaving with a hushed silence to fill. I expect many of our questions about Hasongo will be answered. If it pleases the court, I've journeyed from a crippled Port Mage.
I know this one. His parlor tricks frightened 10 years of every sailor in Queen's Birth.
Raising her hand for silence, Anakaza looks to her brother. He approaches and they exchange a few words too quietly to hear. She lifts her gaze to you once more.
We assembled to discuss the darkening of Hasongo, one of Rawatai's colonies. Watcher, it seems you have the floor.
She opens her palm and waits. It's possible that Aethys only paused at Hasongo on his way to parts unknown.
What sailor's tale is this?
There's no sane explanation for what's been happening. You keep waiting for one, it'll be too late.
Does tilling the soils of the Eastern Reach drive all men mad? You sound as crazy as the Dawnstar Dreamers.
She looks at Adair the way one would look at an especially rabid but fascinating animal.
Have you not heard the rumors, Karu? An Adra Colossus marching across the sea. Sailor tales, but credible ones.
Nero crosses his arms, looking distinctly uncomfortable.
Gantanichese. I'm acquainted with the Watcher of Cadnua from my assignments in Defiance Bay and Twin Elms.
So we imported our save into this game from the previous game. So this is a result of a choice we made in Pillars of Eternity 1, which is cool.
Diverus? It explains the colorful nature of your reports.
I have seen things with him that are not even told in the most outlandish of sailors' tales.
And I'm supposed to take 2 Valians at their word?
She gestures between Nero and Pelagina.
How came a watcher from half the world away to be involved in these happenings? Enlighten the court.
Aethys emerged from beneath Cadnua, my castle, and he made this personal. Silence descends on the hall. Courtiers and delegates eye one another, seemingly gauging which of them will be first to laugh. A stern look from Queen Anakaza turns every questioning glance to stone.
Tracking down a god who stands as tall as a mountain. A fisherman with poor eyesight could do this. My priests will trip over their feet to interpret his divine plan. Watcher, can you cut through the din and tell for what he comes to the Deadfire?
Yes, I plan on using Adra pillars to track and ultimately confront Aethys.
How resourceful of you. The Isles are studded with enough luminous Adra to bankroll an economy.
She turns a quiet glance in Nero's direction.
I believe our course is clear. We will send the Watcher to Hasongo.
Anakaza spreads her hands, calmly assured of her reasoning.
Set sail to the west of Nekataka. I would tell you to keep a weather eye out for a lighthouse, but the God of Light did not appreciate competition. Something to add, Hazanui? You have an eager look about you. She believes herself entitled to my ear, I say.
Anakaza's gaze wanders back to you, only briefly.
Only that Hasongo is a Rawataian outpost. It would be useful for the Watcher to take one of ours along.
She inclines her chin at another woman standing nearby.
Ma'am.
A composed Amua stands at attention, her furrowed brow cleaving down otherwise warm features. By her feet, a colorful bird preens itself without concern.
Maya's an expert sailor and a better sharpshooter. The best the Brass Citadel has to offer.
She looks you in the eye and gives you a slow nod.
Whatever comes your way, she'll see it first.
If it gets me and Ashiza out of diplomat duty, we'd set sail with a drunk scolder at the helm.
That is, of course, the wife of Matt Mercer and wonderful, wonderful voice actor in her own right. Should have mentioned that first. Marisha Ray. Maya sighs with resignation and nudges her bird affectionately with her toe.
And shut us out entirely? We have every right to know of any hazards in these waters. Palagina, go with the Watcher. See that the Republics are served in this investigation.
Nero turns to the godlike warrior standing off to the side. So this is cool, because this one, if you don't import your save from the first game, you have to, in order to get both characters, you can either choose one or the other, or if you progress through the right conversation tree, then you get both. But because we import our save, it's just giving us both, it looks like.
Ah, Your Excellency. Hamed Gangswalias.
Pelagina's golden eyes flash in your direction, but her face betrays no hint of emotion.
That will be enough parading of champions for now. I'm certain that our guest knows how to assemble a crew.
Onakaza raises her brow and scrutinizes the pair. Can't I take both?
Akira, if you can stand the chattering of unlike minds on your ship, that is your prerogative.
Get 'em all. Onakaza blinks with amusement as she takes note of the look that Maya and Pelagina exchange.
Oh, good thing I'm already accustomed to cramped quarters and temperamental birds.
She winks at Pelagina. Theraphin, meanwhile, strokes his braided beard beneath a quiet smirk, and Joti nibbles on her lip to hide a spreading smile.
We both have our orders. I have no interest in interfering with you as long as you do not interfere with me.
Aloth flashes a quick, pleased glance.
I believe we are finished here. Aruihi?
I said it right, Aruihi. Queen Onakaza rises from her throne, and the surrounding guards stand at immediate attention.
Aren't we popular? Take care at Hasongo. The Deadfire was overfull before Aethys blundered in.
Onakaza nods to you as she adjourns.
And take care with your trading company spies.
She glances at Maya and Pelagina.
I say it is beyond time our guests lick their wounds somewhere else.
He banishes the foreign dignitaries with a swift and unmistakably disgusted wave.
Let's speak.
Alright, ooh, she's a ranger. We don't really have one of you. Where do we want a ranger? And rogue. Let's just do ranger, because then we might get, like, pet friends. And paladin and fighter? Or just paladin? Let's just do paladin. I think that's going to have more healing spells than crusader. And we're only allowed 5, are we? So let's get rid of Adair and bring her in. Actually, no, Adair's good. See, I like our crew right now. We got the stealthy boy. We got us. Maybe we could maybe take her out. She's not really doing a ton. And put Pelagina in. Let's just do that and see what happens.
Watcher, while we have the chance.
Who said that?
Your coming is a favorable omen already.
I know enough not to believe in omens.
Nonsense. How else do the gods whisper in our ear? You happen by a time when our rivals bicker and tear at each other's throats. I say the gods have sent us a rare gift wearing a familiar face.
Because we're from the Deadfire. You don't seem to take your rivals very seriously.
How can I when they posture and peck like a pair of kata birds?
Haruhi smirks and shakes his head.
I will not paddle around the island. My sister wants to know if you are as useful as you are disruptive. She trusts me to judge this. You did not come this far to serve the crown, I say. But sailing is an expensive hobby. Loyal service can keep your galley stocked.
I have any problems with loyalty lately?
Nekataka is a city of friends, I say. We exchange so much between districts.
His smile tightens into a hard line.
Even my sister's advisors dine at the officers' lounge and indulge at the wild mare.
Aruihi grimaces and looks away. I take it you prefer friends to remain close.
Here in Serpent's Crown, I can guarantee safety. But cavorting with outsiders, Akira, that is open water.
Akira is a term of agreement and emphasis. He opens his palms and sighs.
A helpful warning, Herald of Bereth. From one friend to another.
I could use some extra coin for the Defiant.
Akira, to patch a hull or stitch a sail is costly when supplies come from distant islands. The city has honest work for those in need, I say, and insists that everyone carry a heavy purse.
What kind of loyal service did you have in mind?
My sister keeps a tight grip on Nekataka, but the filth of it drips down her palm and into the gullet.
He opens his hand for emphasis and wipes it across his shoulder.
Under our noses, I say, do foreigners smuggle contraband and pay the Raparu for their silence? Take this if you need proof.
He tosses you a silver medallion inscribed with Valian honorifics. You have gained the Envoy's badge. This medallion once graced the neck of a Valian dignitary and was assumed lost after a terrible shipwreck. How it ended up in the back streets of Nekataka is a question that Prince Aruihi once answered. A Valian Envoy medallion. The Republic's reward those for exemplary service.
Akira, you are sharper than my guards for knowing this, I say. An envoy ship sank a day's voyage out of Nekataka. He wore that on his breast. My guards recovered it in a raid of the gullet. This confirms my suspicion. Nekataka has a pirate problem.
Totally didn't help them out earlier. Don't worry about it. Aruhi's upper lip curls with the
Smugglers and thieves cluster like rats in Delver's Row, a growth in the bowels of our city. I want someone to peddle the medallion to the black market, earn the trust of these pirates, and learn how supplies come into my city.
His gaze rises to meet yours, cold and calculating. Sounds profitable. Anything else I should know?
Yours may be a familiar face. Tell no one that you work for the crown. When you travel down the mountain, seek Takehu in Pariki's overlook. He is a godlike, one who the people look to for hope.
Prince thumbs his chin and smiles.
Ngati's chosen knows of our troubles. He could also use a lesson in Raparu modesty.
Doesn't being Ngati's chosen mean he's kind of a savior?
Akira, a kind of something. Takehu was touched by the goddess Ngati at birth. He is as much a creature of the sea as he is Hawana. We are left to interpret what the goddess intends by sending him among us.
Never hurts to have a local guide. I'll find him.
Akira, if I know Takehu, he is stirring tempers in the Water Shapers Guild. Be on your guard in the gullet. I fear the caverns run deeper than even Ngati could guess.
The prince dismisses you with a nod. Ooh, and we can chat with...
I know exactly what you're thinking.
Maya folds her arms and clicks her tongue against the roof of her mouth. I sincerely doubt that.
Doubt is healthy. We can work with doubt. You're asking yourself, how did I let the Royal Deadfire Company plant an informant in my crew?
She chuckles to herself, but there's a note of resignation to it.
My superiors might expect me to report in from time to time, but don't read too much into it. You're not the only big thing happening around here. I'm in this for a lot of information, a little diplomacy, and plenty of target practice.
She opens her palms and shrugs. As long as you're keen on taking orders, I don't object to having you aboard.
Uncomplicated. Just the way I like it. Well, guess you ought to meet the bird. Ishi is smarter than he looks, but don't expect him to do any tricks.
She nods towards the colorful bird of prey hopping around your ankles.
Ishi, come.
Maya taps her arm with 2 fingers and clicks her tongue again.
That's a good-looking bird.
Adair raises one hand and waggles his index finger.
Hey, birdie. Hey, birdie.
Oh, God. She shows no signs of recognition towards Maya or Adair. She's simply claws at the ground and investigates some bugs a few hops away. So we are going to click our tongue like Maya. She turns to you with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. Maya cocks her head and listens.
Takes practice before he'll listen to you properly, but that's a good start.
Adair nods at Asisha, who bobs his head in response. Adair nods twice, and large birds reply with 2 head bobs. Adair begins tilting his head up and down. She just follows with vigorous, full-body bobs. Encouraged, Adair starts bouncing his own body up and down, at which point Ashiza stops bouncing and watches Adair with cockeyed curiosity.
Did your friend suffer a head wound?
Maya frowns at Adair.
Before we get into deeper waters, I've got a question.
Maya clears her throat into her fist.
You've got a ship and a title. Being captain means more than just wearing a big hat. A lot of tough calls to be made.
A lot of tough calls to be made while wearing a big hat. I actually can't wear hats because of the thing. I'm figuring it out as I go, but yes. But I still get the big hat, right? See,
Well,
there
naturally,
we go.
that's your right.
Thank you.
A crew can be like family. They can also be like a nest of squalling infants. Let's say your galley cook was fixing to organize the rest of the crew into a mutiny. How would you handle it?
Get ahead of a problem and compromise with the crew.
Sort it out as equals. Interesting. Of course, the only right answer is the one that works in a given time and place. I just wanted to hear yours.
Ever stifled a mutiny yourself, soldier?
Mostly preemptive measures. We try to pull the weeds before they reach the garden. But enough about me. Glad to be aboard, Captain.
Maya takes her arm and gives it a good pump. Let's be off. So, let's check something out here. Summary. So what are they particularly good at? Athletics and Arcana, Diplomacy, Intimidate, and Religion. Stealth. Oh, she's really stealthy too. Awesome. Cool. That's what we wanted. And sleight of hand is a lower, but stealthy is what we wanted. And we have our religion replacement, so yeah, we're actually going to be good with this, seemingly. Cool. So what we're going to do, just...
I was born. Sure thing.
We got our mission from the Queen, and kind of the Prince as well. We got a separate one from the Prince. We're going to just edit our formation so the bird isn't all the way back there. Birdie, you're right there. Actually, you're going to be right behind your friend. So we got our mission from the Queen. We're going to leave off there for now. It's been a little over 2 hours. So in our next stream with Pillars of Eternity, we will start to adventure on this mission from the Queen. And a little bit further from Erithus. Probably have a little bit more adventuring to do around Nekataka here as well. Hopefully gain another couple levels before we adventure out and get up some gold, maybe upgrade our ship a little bit. But that will be next time. For this time, for those of you who have joined me, thank you so much. Don't forget to throw a follow on the channel. Want to get to that affiliate before the end of the year, it would be awesome. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to go to the channel, twitch.tv/GasCityGaming, throw a follow. Or if you're watching, you can also like, share, subscribe, comment on YouTube. If there's a game you want to see me playing that you haven't seen me play yet, let me know. I can always give it a shot, right? Always like to hear from people who watch, because that's honestly one of my favorite parts about this, is interacting with those of you who are watching, right? Anyways, guys, hope you have a great rest of your night. I will have a great rest of mine, and we will see you again. Have a good one, guys.